that right?
I think it's on, yes. Let me see. Yeah, we're rolling.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll just.
Okay,
So we clap to synchronize the video and the audio. So we're gonna clap.
All right.
Hello, this is Don Emmett from Trust Associates, and I'm sitting today with Jeff.
Vojta.
Oh, again.
Vojta.
Vojta.
All right, we'll go again. That's
Yeah,
okay.
everybody always asks, like, oh, what?
Yeah, that's better. That's good. All right, go ahead.
Hello, and welcome. I'm Don Emmett, Managing Director of Trust Associates, and today we're sitting with Jeff Vojta. He's the owner and president of Stockton Graham. It's a business-to-business purveyor of specialty beverages, particularly coffee. So,
Yep, that's what we're a coffee roaster
okay.
and stuff on there. So been in business nearly 20 years now. So
Okay.
we started as a coffee shop in North Raleigh, had a couple retail locations. We started roasting for ourselves in our own store to get the variety and the freshness and stuff that we desired. Other people started wanting to buy our coffee beans, and wholesale business kind of, and coffee emerged from there, but then we also discovered we needed specialty beverage products, syrups and chocolate sauces and stuff in our store for our customers to make the mochas and the vanilla lattes. And over time, our other customers needed that as well, so we started buying product in bulk there. Well, with the coffee, can you send us a case of syrups, a case of this? So our business kind of emerged or centered around the espresso bar and the coffee shop, and to service the needs of our stores, our early customers. And it's kind of how we got started, and sort of what we've kind of tailored to or stayed true since on that part of things.
Okay. Do you still have the retail component?
I sold those when I bought my original business partners. Over time, God, it's been 12, 14 years now, so it's been a while. I kind of discovered that running retail stores and running the wholesale business were two very different animals, two very different business rhythms, and somebody wanted to buy our largest retail store, so I'm like, well, I guess I'll do wholesale. So it just kind of evolved to gravitated towards that way, but I realized I could, being focused around one type of service, one type of customer was much easier for me on there.
So, when you moved to, how long have you been in this facility?
We were roasting in our main retail store on Six Forks Road in Raleigh. We moved here, I want to say 97, 98, to occupy a small portion of the building. And we just wanted something central. We had several different retail locations in Raleigh, wholesale customers primarily in Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. So this was an easy in and out place, kind of central for that region. And then things just started growing to expanding, and we purchased the building in 2000, and little by little kept expanding through it.
So you went from being a business to consumer to a business to business purveyor, and instead of being in the coffee shop business, now you're a vendor or supplier to coffee shops and restaurants and hotels.
Correct. Primarily, coffee shops or espresso bars. We have, kind of customers wherever they want really good coffee and, made to order, handcrafted specialty drinks, so non-alcoholic. So kind of using that expertise and our coffee shop knowledge, we've been able to, consult, help people pull it together, try to ask them questions, analyze their customers, what they're trying to do, and find the right mix of products. That's one reason we kind of structure our business and stuff like that. We realized that, different customers, different environments needed different types of coffees, varieties, flavorings, and what can we do to help put them together and make them most successful.
Are you just supplying to customers in Triangle, or do you reach beyond the Triangle?
Well, originally, most of our customers were local because that just seemed to be easy, but as word spread of coffee and we got a little more creative in going out there and branding, we gradually expanded Triad throughout North Carolina, South Carolina, eventually more of the East Coast. So we've got customers throughout the 48 contiguous U.S. states, and ship a little to Canada and overseas and stuff, and Hawaii or Alaska on occasion. But predominantly we're still, I would say, Eastern Seaboard, and the further distance you get away, the more sparsely populated it is for now.
And as you shared with me earlier, you have a customer or customers in Seattle.
We got customers in Seattle,
the
which
coffee
we feel
capital of
very
the world.
fortunate, the coffee capital. And we're looking, a very prudent kind of growth strategy is eventually what, as we kind of want to expand our footprint and types of customers we offer and how do we get product to them and stuff like that. So we're constantly trying to look how can we, better serve our customers and get them product faster, cheaper, more timely.
So speaking to that, what would you say is your growth and or customer acquisition strategy?
Originally we did a lot of just traditional media advertising and stuff. Nowadays, a lot of our customers come from referrals or vendors of the customers. Being involved in the industry, the web and e-commerce presence and stuff is definitely a big driver of customers and things out there. We don't really do a limited amount of other kind of direct marketing and things of that nature. We do a lot of just cold calling, finding people. But by and large, we're fortunate that people recognize who we are and will come and seek us out. So we feel very confident that they've heard about us and people would refer us in a positive way. But as we look to grow, we're looking, possibly having to add is weather and stuff taught us is one location, bad weather, and you're shut down, you're shut down. So looking at alternate distribution facilities or production facilities. One, to be closer to concentrations of customers, and number two, to have some redundancy.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And I guess that would speak to, do you have sales reps around the country? Or?
We've got 2 outside sales reps. One is located in Raleigh, one is located in Pennsylvania. On that, and they kind of cover a wide territory, but on that side of stuff, then we've got inside salespeople that work out of our Raleigh office.
And in terms of a distribution strategy, you're I guess, selling direct to your customers. Are you selling to any coffee or restaurant wholesalers?
Yes, the majority of our customers are what we call the end user, or the actual kind of customer itself. So one of the advantages we offer is we have such a huge inventory, the ability to roast coffee to order and ship it out within 1 to 2 days, typically the same day. Customers like that. They want the freshness, they want the variety. It helps them on their supply chain, minimize their inventory, allows them to cover a much broader SKU selection than they would otherwise. So we use a lot of FedEx, ground type shipping for that. Our larger customers, a lot of stuff go out on pallets or LTL. We do have what we call sub-distributors or distributor customers, and several of those located that'll buy a pallet of coffee or other products, or multiple pallets as the case may be, and then they will actually go the last mile to the end user.
So having been in this business for, I guess this is 20 years now.
20 years in May.
20 years, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's fabulous.
Appreciate that.
Looking back on 20 years, what was when did you know, I guess, the new strategy, you can kind of switch gears, was going to pay off, was going to be successful?
Good question. It was kind of like, just having been in it, we just kind of kept going and would try things and more customers would call up. One way in kind of looking that our kind of product mix, our strategy and stuff seemed to work was maybe 10 years ago, where we really found customers really appreciated, and our best customers just kind of over the years are ones that we really helped. We used our retail store experience, and we've hired people out of the retail coffee industry, using their experience, kind of asking questions, helping them, like, well, do you really want to use that product, or here's some other ideas. So kind of taking not only products, but really adding education and service and training really helped them succeed and stand out. They appreciated it. Many of them became friends and stuff, and many are still customers today. You kind of seen that sort of started gelling. It's like, okay, maybe this could really work. We need to do more of this. So, we've invested training our people, our customers. It's a great deal of time and energy into that. And trying new products, trying to stay ahead of things, helping our customers, stay abreast of industry events and things, and broadening what we do, trying to do it faster, cheaper, and better.
So I guess it was more of an evolution that happened. I gotta believe when you started the coffee shop in 1994,
Yeah.
you didn't foresee yourself being a large coffee roaster.
No, I mean, nobody, I mean, Starbucks, I don't even know if they had 200 stores at the time, maybe only 100, 150. So the whole specialty coffee industry was very much in its infancy, and nobody knew what to expect, what it was. So as it evolved, we evolved with it. As consumers evolved and grew, developed new taste and flavor profiles, we adapted.
Given, life like business, business like life, is a learning experience. It's a journey, not a destination. And I'm sure we learn every day when we're in business. And based on all the things you've learned, what might you have done differently or sooner or looking back?
Really, I mean, one thing I sort of got it, but it was really hard to put together until you see it every time, was really look at a customer not so much as a single transaction, but at their lifetime value, the lifelong relationship, and really what it would take to wow, to help the customer, to really give them just an incredible experience in product, service, and stuff. And sort of always kind of want to knew that, but circumstances got there, and I really wish much earlier on we invested a lot more in training and stuff with all of our people to really want to do that and focus on the overall customer relationship. And it kind of, as we started really, a light bulb kind of went off on me and started doing that and stuff. It completely kind of changed my outlook, my view, and I would say it was all my great idea, but it was learning from other people and other stuff. It's like, wow, that's actually, it makes life easier. I like doing that. I want to be treated that way. Why don't we treat our customers that way? So it's kind of like, everybody says, oh, run by the numbers, run hard, run tight, and a lot of times it's like, but we're working with people. It's a people business ultimately, and we think of them in people terms, and it seems to work much better. I'm much happier running a business that way.
What's nice, it's kind of a fun business. It's, coffee is, it's an enjoyable beverage.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it's an incredible business. I mean, it's passionate. I love great food and new foods and trends, so you're around a bunch of foodies. I love international cultures and travel. Coffee literally is global, both from the production and the consumption side, and how people consume and trends and stuff from around the world. And business owners and people and families, and why do they go into business? And really understanding why do they want to open up a coffee shop or add this espresso bar? How's it going to impact or change their business and ultimately their lives? And what can we do to help and fall into that? So just sharing stories and things like that, I love. And training our people and team members. I mean, we got a great set. I'm very fortunate that most of our employees have been here 5 years or longer. We got great new people that have been here a few months to a year or so, and their experience, their knowledge, I mean, how they want to learn, they help us learn, we help them. It's just, I mean, I love it. It's a great environment to thrive on.
And I can feel, your passion, obviously, for coffee, and I think anyone in that, hospitality, restaurant, some of these businesses could be very difficult businesses. So if you don't have that passion, you should look for something else.
I would agree, because I mean, it's something, literally, it's 7 days a week, 24/7, and no matter where you are, you never give it up or never leave it behind.
With that in mind, if you ran into a young entrepreneur or someone who's looking to start a business or had a young business, what advice might you give a young or a new business owner?
Maybe initial days not here again, not focus so much on the numbers, but really focus on the customer experience and what the customer is getting out of your product or your services. Put yourself in their shoes and view your business from their eyes, from their perspective, and treat them, provide the customer what you would want to be provided if you were on the other side of the transaction. And I think that is key and instrumental, and that's what is key to long-term relationships. Because ours being business to business, it's not a single sale. It's weekly sales, it's monthly sales. We want a customer for life. We don't want to keep acquiring new ones and losing old ones.
Which speaks to a couple things. The cost of retaining a customer is much cheaper than the cost of getting a new customer.
Most definitely.
And it's much more rewarding.
Yeah.
But also, I guess, speaks to differentiating yourself. There are other coffee roasters in town, in the Triangle, across the country. How is Stockton Graham different, or how do you differentiate yourself from your
We
competitors?
focus, and I mean, and we're fortunate in an industry with very able competitors, and all of us are trying to push the envelope of quality and what coffee means. And we all recognize we all have a job. In the consumer's eyes, is educate everyone about better coffee and what better coffee is. So, I mean, we're very fortunate to have great competitors that do that. Some of them will really focus on the specific types of coffee or origins. Others will focus on really taking coffee, super fine micro lots, and really elevating just the individual coffee experience, much like wine or some craft brewers. We look at it, and our perspective is, how do we take really great coffees, all of this great knowledge, and put it into a sustainable kind of business practice? So as a business owner, they've got the tools and things they can succeed, and if they want that really fine micro lot coffee experience, they can provide that. Or if they want the neighborhood coffee shop to get people going to and from school or work, they can kind of craft that experience for a takeout business endeavor and stuff too. Our goal is make sure whenever people, our customers are serving coffee or product, that it's the best that it can be per industry standards, the best quality out there, and how can they stand out over and above their competition.
You mentioned earlier that you bought your facility some time ago, and that probably a question for a lot of business owners as they get successful, and cash flow is such that it was a very smart thing that I did in my previous business, where we bought our building, and was, where we were able to participate in the growth, the appreciation in real estate. How has that experience been for you in your business?
Most ways it's been very positive. I mean, we've experienced much of the same thing. We knew we always had to operate and have a roof over our heads, and it's like, well, if we're going to be paying rent, why not pay rent to ourselves? And we actually had tenants paying us rent for a while, so it, we no great insight as it kind of worked out. We're like, well, we bought this building, we only need half of it, we'll rent the other half.
Allowed you to grow into the building.
Yeah, and they helped us kind of cover there, which from building up cash flow and equity and assets, and definitely from a financing perspective makes you more attractive. But it also provided more stability. It's like, well, I don't have to ask the landlord if I want to knock out the wall or do this and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Why not do it?
You mentioned perhaps adding some redundancy at some point. Just curious, where might that be?
I mean, we're looking at a couple areas. I mean, most of our customers are on the East Coast, so some of those that are a little bit further, we would love to be within 2 days of the majority of them. So as we kind of get there and we build up, so we would probably move a few hundred miles from the.
Would you go further south, or would you go further north?
Or we're looking north, south, and west.
Okay.
Kind of all of those. It's we have factors and stuff we're trying to look at, but it's it's how do we keep transit costs down? How do we put inventory and product closer to where our customers need to be, or where they are, and where can we acquire new business? The new customers out there, be closer to them.
I guess that's a good point. How significant is transportation cost for your product?
On wholesale products and stuff there's the margins and stuff, because people have to buy the product, resell it, and all that stuff. So it's it's more about turnover and frequency of orders. It's not necessarily you're going to get a huge profit margin. Software and some stuff like that would be nice, but we don't see it on the wholesale side. So definitely less rich than at the retail level. And freight and transportation is a significant portion of that, and I think in any of the wholesale side. I mean, it's it's probably one of those largest expenses after the product itself.
Are you typically paying for the shipping, or is that the customer?
It's a combination of customers and order size and freight model factors as to what it is. So, obviously there's different levels. It's negotiated, but we've got tiers and dollar levels that when you achieve it and the product makes, then we can kind of afford to ship it, but not everything, because I mean there's so many different places and things that it could go, and the freight could be more than the gross profit.
And I guess my final question would be, what are your critical success factors? How can you quantify your customers' experience that you're doing the kind of job you want to be doing?
I think first and foremost is our probably most critical factor to success is having a great team of people that we all don't necessarily think in terms of function or role, but we think how can we make sure our customers have product to sell? How are they educated? How can they get what they want to sell? So all of us are centered around making sure the customer has what they need when they need it. So, I mean, we're able, you know, if an issue comes up or bad weather or other, we all kind of swing into action. How do we get stuff to that customer? How do we take care of them? So it's our people and their knowledge and their passion for the industry, for coffee, for our customers, for relationships and stuff they've developed. So, I mean, it's our team of people, our customers respecting us, working with us, teaching us on there. So I wish I could say a bunch of stuff I've done, but quite to the contrary, it's everybody else, I think.
All right. Jeff, anything that you'd like to add?
I think in all, it's a wonderful business. I've been doing it 20 years. I'm doing it 20 more. In terms of there, I would love to see and grow, see our customers grow and develop more. We've got a great team of people. I want to really work hard to make sure they're rewarded and their families and stuff that they want to continue to work here. We can recruit the great people to want to work for us.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Jeff.
Appreciate it,
Appreciate
Don.
you sitting down.
Thanks.